What's up, guys? Chris Gunn here with Basic Tips Now, where I teach you the things that everybody should know. Today I'm going to be talking about kind of a secretive subject, and that's the concept of complimentary valet. Now, what is complimentary valet? It's not free, and it's not paid, obviously, so how much should I pay, or should I pay anything at all? Well, the first thing that you need to understand about complimentary valet is that it's a tips-based system, but a portion of that tip is usually paid to the valet company by the valet in a form of a fee. So for every ticket that they tear, they have to pay, say, 50 cents or $1 or $2. Maybe in the inner cities, they're paying $5 and $10. It just depends. And so that is something that you need to keep in mind when you're tipping somebody. So if you think the value of that tip is $5, well, maybe up it a little bit because that individual is going to have to pay a fee. And also on top of that, they're going to have to split it with another individual that they're working with. So my recommendation, any complimentary valet tip should be between $5 and $10. If you really want to, make the individual happy, $20 is a great tip any day of the week. Even $10 is a great tip, but $20 really says something to the individual, and they're going to really thank you for it in a discreet way. They're not going to sit there and they're going to go, wow, $20, thank you so much. They're going to say, thank you very much, sir. Have a great night. And they're going to have that grin on their face. But if you hand them $2, they're going to say, thank you so much. Have a great night. Can you tell just a little bit of the difference there? That is going to be the kind of thank you that you get. But let me tell you something. You give them a $20 tip, you give them a $30 or a $50 tip, they're jumping inside and they're going, score, deuces. So that's a really great template for you to work with on the cost of complimentary valet. Another thing that you can pay attention to is hotel valet. When should you pay hotel valet? Because the reality is you're checking in from like 3 to 6 or something like that, and then you're checking out between 10 and 11. Well, typical hotel shifts run from 7 to 3 and then 3 to 11 p.m. So the individual that takes your car in the evening when you're checking in is not going to be the individual that checks you out. So if you are somebody who tends to tip on the back end instead of the front end, or you only tip on the front end and not the back end, in a hotel atmosphere, that's really not going to be cool for the valet who takes you in or gets you checked out. So it's important that you tip on both sides. This is just me. I'll tip a little bit lower, but I'll tip on both sides. So say I'll throw in $4 on both sides of the equation. So instead of giving an $8 tip on the back end, that's how I would split it up, and it would get evenly distributed. For a restaurant, one of the things you want to keep in mind if you're a late eater, that if there's 2 valets, most likely that first individual is going to go home once there's only a certain amount of keys left. And so if you tip on the back end, that first individual is not going to get a cut of that tip. And so if they took in your car, but they're not getting a cut of the tip, it kind of stinks. Now, they might work out a kind of deal where they might give them $1 a key or something like that, but it is important just to kind of keep that in mind if you're somebody who likes to eat out at 9 o'clock at night. If you are giving your car over to somebody, and it can be a little tense, it can be a little awkward sometimes. You're handing your prized possession over to an individual you don't know. You don't know if they're going to come back with your car. You don't know where they're taking it. You don't know where it's going to be parked, how far it's going to be parked from the restaurant or the hotel that you're staying at. It's just important for you to understand that this is this individual's career. This is this individual's job. They park these cars all day long. And if you're pulling up in your S-Class Benz, it doesn't matter to them. It's not, it's a nice car. But it's not a big deal because you're parking S-Class Benzes all the time. You're not the only one with an S-Class. You're not the only one with a Corvette. Now, you might have a really, really nice Porsche and you want to keep it nice. Let me tell you something. That individual, if they're a seasoned valet, they're going to put you up front. And if you're nice to them, they will be nice to you in return. One final thing that I wanted to just throw onto this video is that if you're ever in a situation where you're just like, I know it's complimentary valet, but I will not let you touch my car. Like I just don't let anybody touch my car. And there are those people, they just will not they want to be the person turning into the car to the dealership when they go to sell that car and they say, I was the only one who ever put this car into gear. That's a big deal to some people. Just be nice. If you go up to the valet and you say, hey man, I understand that I understand the situation here. It's just, is there anything that you can do to just let me park my own car? If you're nice 2 out of 3 times, that valet will say, yeah, hey man, why don't you just park it right over there? If you don't mind just backing it in, because we back all of our cars in and just kind of keep it looking nice, they will thank you for being nice to them by giving you the spot. But if you come in and you're just like, where can I park my car? That, you know what the valet is going to say? Well, I mean, you can valet here. We're complimentary valet, or there's parking down the street. It's your call. And then they're going to get mad. Rah, 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 rah. And had they just been nice, they would have gotten what they wanted. So that's it for today, guys. If you have any questions or that you want tips for, comment in the comment section below. I'll actually write to you back as well. Also, hit that subscribe button for me and share this video. This is great information for you to keep in mind, and I'm sure people have asked this question, if not to their friends internally before. We'll see you next time on Basic Tips Now.